for whatever reason you need a belt. It could be that the band you're playing with, you really love the costume, but the belt is super tiny, so you want to make your own belt. And actually, I'm going to show you a belt that I repurposed the band's belt. Or you're storming and you just want to make your own belt from scratch. So I started with some felt and I cut it into a V shape right here. Voila. It is about 3 inches high and about 9.5 wide. Well, excuse me, from the middle to the side. So the other side should also be 9.5, unless you want to be lopsided looking crazy. If you had an old Carnival belt, that would make this so much easier, whereas you could just trace and cut somewhere along the lines of what your previous belt was like. But if not, you can wing it. You can make your own design. It doesn't have to be a V. I've seen all types of belts and different types of shapes and sizes and whatnot. So it's your belt, do as you will. You might want to cover up a little extra in the tummy region, which is why I had to repurpose one of my band's belts. Or you might be one of those skinny six-pack people who want to show it all out. So I don't know, maybe your belt will look like this, and to those people I sip my haterade while they wear their little tiny belts, but whatever. So I cut the felt, and then I took my favorite fabric that I always use, which is the sequins polka dot that you can get in the fabric store or get online, and I upholstered the V. Now I'm going to use 2 because after I glue on the fringe, and to give it more stability, I'm gonna glue a second one on the back. So anyway, after I upholstered it, I then went around and added a trim to it. Now you can get some O or D rings from your local fabric store or online, because that's what you're going to use to put on the sides. Or you, if you didn't want to buy D-rings, you could just tie some string on the side and then tie it like that. But I'm going to go the D-ring route. So you need 4 D-rings, and then you would just put it on the side and then glue it down right here. Voila. So you put 2 on the front belt and 2 on the back belt, which is why you need 4 D-rings. Or you can go with the O-ring, your choice. So before I do all that, I'm going to take all this junk you see in front of you, and forgive me, I'm working on several different projects at once, which is why I have so many different colors in front of me, and bling out the entire belt. This is a belt for another costume that I'm working on right now. I'm not finished with it, that's why it's still plain looking. But I really just took some random stones and made a design in the center. Now, in regard to the fringe on the bottom to cover up your goods, I found the fringe is kind of expensive. So what I did is I just bought these stones, not even stones, I don't know what they are, plastic beading. Actually, you could go to your grandma's house and steal her curtain between the kitchen and the living room and make yourself some fringe with that. So what I did was I cut this and glued it along the back. Let me see how my ruler at this hot mess does right here. Okay, here we go. So I cut about, it's about a little over 6 inches, and I just kept gluing them along the bottom until I felt like it provided a sufficient amount of coverage. And for this little belt that I'm working on, I'm going to take some gold chain, and I'm going to just do the same thing. Cut about 6 inches. I have some more in the bag, and just make a gold chain trim. Or if you're lazy or not necessarily lazy, just don't have time or don't want to make time, you can buy fringe already on the trim, so you just glue it down and save yourself the time. But I have time but not money, so I have to go the poor people route. So I'm going to go ahead and bling this out, and then I'm going to show you. This is the beauty that wore the blue belt. My deepest apologies for not getting a better photo of her on the road. This is a belt that I had to revamp because the original belt provided by the band did not cover up enough of my goods.